Hi, Shane Saracen here to talk about the next daily drumming influences revisited, originally posted in 2012. Today it is a huge name. It is Alex Van Halen. Alex Van Halen is one of my favorite drummers of all time, strictly for the reason, not because he's a driving powerhouse drummer, but because he does things that you don't think of or sometimes are not the typical thing that a lot of drummers do. He was one of the first drummers I heard that would literally, instead of playing the tip of the ride cymbal, he would just wail on the ride cymbal and create this wall of sound. Dave Grohl became pretty well known for doing that years and years later, but Alex Van Halen was doing it a long time ago. But just the energy, the sound of his drums, his snare in particular, was always tight and cutting. And again, I mean, I could cherry pick and go through, but from every single album, he had something that stood out and was tremendous. But I'm sure for most people, they think of a tune like Hot for Teacher and the driving double bass shuffle, where he's doing something kind of unique, where he's actually doing a backbeat on 2 and 4 with the shuffle, but it was said that he stole that idea from Billy Cobham and doing a double bass shuffle where Billy was doing ghost notes in between the bass drum, and then Carmine Appice doing it with, I think it was Cactus, where he had a double bass shuffle going on and doing like I guess almost like a country thing on the snare. But Alex Van Halen does a ride cymbal pattern where he's playing on the bell, where he's doing da 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 da. So he's doing the double on the bell to kind of take place of that ghost note. A lot of his fills are very unique. I think the drumming on Jump is a masterpiece, even though it's a commercial tune. I think that Finish What You Started is one of my favorite tunes ever by Van Halen. And what's unique about it is if you ever try to cover that song in a band and you try to play exactly what he plays, it's a lot of homework because it's not very patterned. That entire intro doesn't have a specific pattern. It's very broken up. Most drumming is very patterned, where it repeats itself every 1 bar, every 2 bars, every 4 bars, every 8 bars. He doesn't do that on that tune. It's not that he doesn't repeat himself, but it's not in any kind of a synchronized pattern or something that repeats in a phrase. Even though the entire intro is really cool between he and Eddie Van Halen, it is very difficult to, I guess, work out exactly what he's playing. And then the drumming when he was with what a lot of people call Van Hagar. There's some great drumming on 5150 there and OU 812. Did I say that right? Is that right? I get that mixed up with the Yes album. But anyway, again, great double bass drumming, great unique stuff. And of course, Finish What You Started is part of the Van Hagar era too. But anyway, Alex is, I don't want to say he's underappreciated because he is a hero for a lot of people, but he's definitely sometimes not spoken of in the same breath as John Bonham or Neil Peart or anything like that. But he's right up there in my opinion because he does so many cool things and he's so unique, and was semi-innovative in throwing stuff out there, not just with the playing, but even the looks of a drum set and having 4 bass drums and just having something cool and unique. It was cool. I met him one time at PASIC. I had in the program, they used to have an autograph page. I think nowadays you can buy a drum head and have everybody autograph the drum head. But back in the day, I think this particular convention was in Anaheim, and they just had a program, and then they had a blank page for autographs, and I had all these autographs all over the Jeff Porcaro and Steve Smith and everybody. And Alex, I ran into him. He was hanging out with, and I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. He was a drummer for Y&T. And Alex had a drink in his hand and looked like he'd had quite a few. And first off, he's a very tall guy. He's much bigger than you expect. And I went up to ask if I could have his autograph, and he grabbed the pen and he just went like this. I mean, if this is the page, he went Alex Van. I mean, he went all the way across the page, over top of all the other autographs and stuff. I still have it, but it was just crazy. It was like, oh, okay. It starts off. The Alex is pretty easy to read, and then it kind of fades as it goes. But anyway, his signature snare from Ludwig is super cool. I'd love to own one, but I'm not going to pay that kind of money for a drum. But that particular snare drum it's more expensive than some drum sets and stuff now. But anyway, enough of that. A hero of mine. I can listen to Van Halen every day, and it's not because of the guitar. It's for me, a lot of it's because of the drumming, and the drummer hero of the day, or drumming influence for the day, Alex Van Halen.